Welcome back to another edition of Birds of a Feather. It's your co-eds, AJ and Eddie B. We're back for another
Hey.
spectacular week of analyzing the bullshit we've been watching for the past 2 weeks.
Oh, what fun has it been?
Woo! Kicking off
Way
the
to
new
ruin
month
my
of December. Just ruined our
just way to
early
ruin the
holiday.
holiday. Just way to ruin the holiday, birds.
Yeah, so pick your poison. Obviously, I'm your girl AJ, the Suburban Princess here. I'm back to complain. I started to do an AJ Unleashed over the weekend, but I was so disgusted with Black Friday being the
I was
most.
waiting for one. I was waiting to see one from you. I was
I
like, you
was
didn't
about to
do it.
pop off. I was about to, but I don't think I had any more energy because I drank so much wine. So I was too tired because I didn't want to sound incoherent. So I didn't do
That
it.
fair enough.
You
Fair
know what I'm
enough.
saying? So I want at least you to understand me. So it look, misery loves company, as you know. This is a typical Monday. I told Eddie, I said, let's just pop off now because we both had those Mondays from hell. So what better time to just vent than to vent about these crappy losses? So, okay, first of all, we know that both games were alternative jersey nights games, which cracked me up because now we can't say they haven't lost in the Kelly Greens because now they have. And
Hmm.
they lost in the black ones, which we haven't seen in a while, like full black. They're just doing the
The
partial black
blackout,
as far as
yeah,
we
full black. The blackout, yeah, even the helmet too, yeah, the
Yes, even the
blackout
helmet
game.
was black. So they were black from head to toe.
Yeah.
And then here we go. I will only say this from both games. Was the Kelly Green game against the Giants or the Broncos? I
Kelly
can't
Green
remember.
against was against
I am
was that one
blanking.
against the Giants?
I feel like that was against the Giants
The one
because
they won or the one they won, right?
no, the one they lost in the Kelly Green. Wasn't that against the Giants?
No, the Kelly Green loss was against Dallas.
That's right. Either way, the point was they shouldn't have lost that at all. Okay. That was one of those games
I mean,
that I don't know what the hell happened in the second half, but they just went blank.
I thought they were on the way just to run away with it, but then they just said, you know what, we don't want this shit no more.
We're just going to take our foot off the brake and just
Yeah,
score no points for the
no
remainder
points.
of the game.
No, a team like that, you put your foot on that fucking neck and you step on it. That's what
I
you do.
mean, how many
Like,
times have we watched games with Dallas where they just decide to just score for the hell of it? Because it's Dallas. You're supposed to just
mhm.
keep scoring. Like, you know what I mean? If anything, you you pull Jalen when you're like, he's already dead, Jalen. You can
Yeah,
sit
right.
down now. But what did
Well,
they
the thing
do?
is, and the sad thing is,
Everything changed.
they needed one more. If they had one more touchdown,
Yeah, they
the
would have been
game would
fine.
have been over. The game would have been over probably because it would have been a different game. It would have been a
Right.
definitely different game. They missed two opportunities. They could have scored a touchdown and a field goal, and that would have been it.
Yeah, I don't know why Jake decided to get crooked foot at the weirdest times in both these
Yeah.
games. I mean, especially Black Friday.
Well, I blame.
The wind was a factor for Black Friday. I'll give them that.
Yeah,
The
and it
wind
was
might have been a
windy.
factor.
Yeah, I mean, and they were inside. I mean,
Right.
no, they lost. Wait, did they lose? Yeah, they lost out. That
Yeah.
was inside. Yeah.
Yeah. It
And
was
what, and
swirly.
what, and what was this bullshit of about the punt hitting the scoreboard and it didn't touch the scoreboard?
You were texting me that, and I probably missed that whole detail because I was probably
Like
mad about something.
they let them re-kick and get the ball back, give them better field position because
Yeah. Okay.
they and the punt was nowhere near the score. Even the commentator said that didn't hit the scoreboard. So what I want to know is all these other games I see have replay assists. Why is not replay assist helping out in these aspects? So
Well, it's funny you say that. Tony Dungy has now become public with a tweet talking about he's criticizing how the refs are missing key things. And you know, if Tony Dungy is criticizing the refs now about challenges and where you're going to challenge this, and you got to be on both sides. I've realized now we have now spent most of 2025 season bitching about how inaccurate and unequal and fair the refs have been this
oh,
season,
in a
like
in a
from
lot of
all
games,
teams across the board.
yeah, and not just ours. A
Not
lot of
just
games, yeah.
ours. It's becoming an epidemic. You can tell some of these dudes are stressed. We talked about the last pod how they've been stressing how they call the tush push, whether or not something's a false start or whether or not someone's in the
I
neutral
can't believe it.
zone.
I can't believe they called a false start
Yeah.
on the one
So
where on the center when the center wasn't even moving yet.
the center wasn't even moving, but the other guy was leaned over. That seems to be the common mishap a lot with calling that wrong. Then you have the issue of, now me and my brother-in-law discussed this too. You really shouldn't advance the ball when you're trying to grip it. If you want to pull it back, that's different. But if you're pushing it forward,
No, you can't push it forward.
you
Yeah,
can't push
you're
it
not supposed
forward.
to. Yeah.
So that's okay. So let's just talk about, do we think the difference in the refereeing for Black Friday's game was a liability as opposed to the Kelly Green game? Doesn't really apply because the Kelly Green game, Eagles just shit the bed. So we know that Dallas was definitely feeling like they had to win their Super Bowl coming back on the Eagles like that, which was even more embarrassing. Worse
Mm-hmm.
about it, they actually took the Kelly Greens to an away game where normally the Kelly Greens are a home, alternative
Yeah.
jersey. So they tried something different there. Now, do you feel like both these games are now we can cut the whole superstition about if
Honestly,
you
I don't
win in
read
those
into
Kelly
it. I don't,
Greens?
I don't, I don't, I don't really give a shit about any of that stuff. To be
Yeah,
honest with
yeah,
you, I don't like.
yeah.
Just this team. It just has looked unenthusiastic and whatever for the past like few weeks. Like they don't look like that.
Unmotivated,
You
unmotivated.
know, they.
They don't care.
I mean, it's like they're just like they're playing, but they're like it's like okay, they don't like what's going on. Then somebody's got to say something. They don't like if they don't like the plays that are being called. They got to say something
Yeah.
because they're. It's crazy that you got CJ coming out saying that oh they're predictable. Guy on the other side of the ball for another team is saying how predictable they are.
He will say they fold, and they did fold because he probably watched the Dallas game because CD's still kind of bitter with how he exited in the first place for the second time.
But he
So
did say he wasn't going to disrespect anybody because he's like because the players because
yeah,
he
because he's still cool with the players.
because
Yeah,
he was like he's like I love a lot of those guys. He's like I'm not
yeah,
going to disrespect them. He's like but he's like their game plan was
predictable.
it was predictable.
Yeah, he
You
said they will
know
fold, so he knows how they operate in general, which is saying a lot
and
about
a lot of that falls on
Sirianni.
well, not all of it, but he needs to take over,
Right.
honestly, because right now I don't know what Batulo think he's doing, but this calling the same like get creative for like maybe a quarter
And then
and then
fall
close
off
the
for the second
playbook,
half.
then close the playbook and just do what no whatever. Then you're
Yeah.
doing high school shit after that. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Like you don't where it shows some. I'm not saying you got to do gadget plays, but show a little trickery, show some misdirection, show
Do
something.
we really feel like this is the repeat of 2023 though? Because you also had to deal with a new defensive coordinator at that time. So I
Yeah,
feel like the collapse
who
of
didn't know what he was
2023 is
doing.
different. You're right. But I mean, Vic is not the issue. Defense just were tired. I don't
No,
even
they're
really feel like
tired.
that's normal defense. Yeah.
The defense. I mean, it was the possession. The time possession was 2-1.
Yeah.
That means they had the ball pretty much 75% of the time.
Yeah.
So that means the defense is out there all that time. You know, you expect them to like, oh, well, they'll be okay. No, these guys, defense is hard to play. You mean tell me you want them to keep they're out there running around chasing these guys for most of the time? Like,
Well,
no,
especially because offense keeps getting off the field too damn quickly.
yeah,
The two fumbles that Jalen had, one with the tush push, which is very rare, but this is the first time they called it. The first time it happens, they gave it to him because it was close to the goal line. This was
mm.
midfield and he fumbled. And they were like, well, we can't deny it because it was out before his knee even went down. Like he was leaning out.
I couldn't hear a whistle either, so the play
No,
wasn't bad either. So
right. So
I
those
mean,
were his fault. And then you have Saquon even fumbling. And then Saquon just in general is just out of sorts. He had a little bit more lane on the Black Friday game, but Dallas game, it was pretty much like he didn't exist except for maybe one breakaway play. What do
yeah,
you think the main issue is mostly with Patullo? Because Patullo's not a new coordinator. He's been there since Sirianni started. The difference is, was he ready for prime time or was that a
yeah,
premature promotion?
he wasn't scheming the game or calling the
Right,
plays or anything like that.
right. So,
And like you mean tell me you're gonna keep running the same play? Do a
right,
pitch,
right.
do a quick pitch out so he can get some head of steam going before he's running anywhere. Do something. Like I mean, I get the O line has not been playing that great either because they're not healthy
Right.
either. But it's just
But it's not an excuse when you show that Saquon can run outside the tackles. Like
he had some
he had some
decent
decent
runs in
catches.
that game. because they kind of
So
ran out of different formations for a change. But then they went back to doing the
then
old
they went
way.
back to what they know. Right. You're right. You're right.
I'm just
And I
like,
refuse to
oh,
believe mid game that you can scheme differently. Like, I understand there are just things about a game that you cannot just switch up at will. But to me, it's not rocket science to just go the other direction if that direction didn't work. Like, why is that hard
yeah.
for the offensive line to adapt to? Like, it's not working to the left. We got to go to the right. You know what I mean? Like, or Saquon run on the outside. Or, hey, how about you won't throw to Smitty on a certain part of the field because he's getting covered on this end? And then why is there a
That's getting,
sudden miscommunication with Dallas and him being in the same area? Like, why did that confuse Hurts in the Black Friday game? What the hell was that about? That's
well,
new.
I mean, that's on, honestly, them running to the same area, that's on them. That's not on
Yeah, it
Hurts.
is. It is.
Yeah. So, I mean, they should not be, that just shows you they're not on the same page. They're running the wrong route. Like, and then, like, it was that other play when, the ball looked like it was supposed to go to Smitty or AJ, but Dotson
Yeah.
got in the way of it or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm just like, oh God, like,
Here's my
if
thing
he lets
though.
because
That wasn't
if he lets that ball go, it hits Smitty or AJ, whoever was there. Instead of like he gets in the way of it and misses and drops it.
Yo, yeah, yeah, yeah. There was a drop with Smitty, and then there was that one that was clearly off his shoulder and out of
Oh yeah,
his.
that was
Like, he wasn't gonna make
that
that.
was
That was
behind
just
that
bad.
that
He
ball
was
was
so
behind
behind.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, if and well, he also didn't have time. He had to get that ball out quick. He got it out. They were behind him. Didn't have a chance to put it in the right spot. If he had a second, he probably could have hit. He probably would have saw Goddard down the field.
There's a combination of why a lot of those plays probably ended that way. You got the win. You got he was rushed several times.
Oh yeah, the
Obviously, that's
ball came
why.
out funky a couple times. Yeah,
One time I was like, that can't be the win. He either got tipped
yeah,
or he
'cause
just
yeah,
yeah
it just came out
kind of
weird,
went
like because it was
like
like
that.
was it 30 mile an hour wind gusts that day,
Yeah. But here's the
and
thing.
you saw.
You see how it didn't affect the Bears though. You knew when homeboy Williams decided to throw, he didn't have any problem throwing no deep passes. Do you know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah, but they didn't hit it. They didn't hit a lot of deep passes. Most of their offense came. They ran the ball on us
they
like
ran
crazy.
through them. Like,
Yeah.
respect to
So I
25
mean, deep
Manungai, he
passes
was running
wasn't
through people like crazy. And I miss DeAndre Swift bad after
deep
watching.
passes weren't even. No, I don't miss him at all. Like
You don't
no,
miss DeAndre?
no, because you know what? If you think about missing him, if we didn't make
I
that move when
know.
we got Saquon, we don't have Super Bowl.
Okay, I
So
get it. But he was running it when he was
yeah,
here, though. He was amazing. Like, that Tampa Bay game, I'll never
I like
forget.
Swift.
He was amazing.
I enjoy Swift.
I enjoyed him. I
But
liked him.
we gotta do a lot of we need to do more you do more plays when there's two running backs out there. You use both your running backs at the same time.
I
Confuse the
almost got
people. Make
excited
them
because I
think that
thought they
oh,
were starting to do that. I thought they were using him,
like
and then they were going to use Shipley, and they were going
either
to
put Tank
use
in either put Tank or
Tank.
Shipley
Thank
out
you.
there with them. And like
Thank you.
and say, okay, who's gonna run the ball? And then you have a threat of those two running and
And
okay, it
Saquon
was good that
catch it or vice versa.
they actually had a couple plays where Jalen Hurts actually had design runs, and that was fine. But they got away from it again, though. Tulo said, "Okay." They got away from it, and it's a lot of things in that whole. Man, it's poor execution, it's poor play calling,
It's
it's poor
timing too.
everything.
It's
It's poor
timing too.
everything.
Yeah, like timing really got on my nerves because I
Well,
felt
that's
like, okay,
execution.
right,
That's
true.
execution. I mean, yeah,
But I just feel like there's certain things, like you said, between those two games, you would think that that's why I posted that clip of that guy that goes, so we didn't learn. You didn't learn
yeah,
comprehension. You
exactly.
didn't learn. Like, you had the Kelly Green
It's
game to
that
see
is
what you
true.
didn't do right, and you come out on a Black Friday and play like that even worse. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody did any
Against against
tape study.
against two teams that you clearly can beat.
All the more reason why you should have. I felt bad for Chicago before the game because I thought they were about to get whipped because the Eagles were embarrassed losing to
I thought
Dallas.
Chicago was going to be. I thought Chicago was going to get the ass whooped because they were mad.
I really thought so too. I
You
said,
know?
look, they already know how bad that Dallas lost. So they're gonna come in here and whip, and they look like they were born yesterday on that
Yeah,
field.
that's tough.
And every
Now we
time
got
they
this
showed
Monday
Hurts, he
night.
looked confused. And I'm like, why does he look confused? Why is he looking frustrated? Like, what the hell? You
He looks
know?
like, yeah, he looked frustrated. He looked like,
Lost.
You know, he looked pissed off. Like, okay,
I would
why?
be pissed off too.
Like, like why are we doing this? Like,
There were just times you could tell he was just even like, why are you going there? And I'm thinking to myself, by the
yeah,
time he released the ball, nobody was over there. So I'm kind of secretly like, you either underestimated or overestimated where Smitty was supposed to be, or you forgot Dallas was back there and then you threw it at that time. You're like, shit, I should throw it to him. But I just feel like there's certain things that they shouldn't be messing up at this point. It's week 13. We don't want to hear about we got to learn each other, look in the mirror. I get y'all say that crap and y'all have to say it, but it's like at this point it's week 13. This is how it's going
yeah.
to be. You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
now is the time. Like,
Right.
you got was it 5 games left?
5 games left. Yeah.
Now is the time. Like, now is the time. Like, if they honestly, if they turn it on, they can turn it on right now going into this. Like, I mean, yeah, they got to play. They got the Chargers and they have the Raiders, and then they go Commanders, Bills, Commanders. They
And
went four.
technically, Commanders after that game last night with Mariota, even though respect to him because he was playing
No,
his ass off, honestly. But they could still play themselves and lose to them too if they fuck around and stick to the same formula.
man,
I
Marcus Mariota. I mean,
huh?
hate to say this, Mariota ain't shit. I'm sorry.
He's not, but he played good on that game. That game was pretty good
Yeah,
last night. I'm sorry, in overtime. Now, mind you, Ertz fucked up 2 big catches that could have helped them out, but I do feel like for him being what he's become, that was as good as he could play, knowing that Daniels isn't playing right at this point. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like to me, that was the most steady he's been. He wasn't throwing picks left and right. I felt like he was actually concentrating. I felt like everybody was on the same page, even with Scary Terry, even though
You
we
know,
had to
but
redo that one play 20,000
but
times in
that
the
don't
end zone.
last long with him. You can't get 2 games back to back like that
No,
out
I
of him.
agree, but that's what I'm saying. Like they needed at least that win to get confident behind him, even though they're not going to go anywhere. But I mean,
Mhm.
for that, for being the game of Sunday night, like that was a pretty damn good
Yeah,
display. Especially because the Broncos. I mean, you saw Bo Nix was throwing passes on his knee, practically in the end zone. Like he threw a
I mean, yeah,
classic pass.
well,
There were great passes all around this weekend,
he
actually.
yeah, he's getting a little careless. So I
Yeah,
mean, a better yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. Like we should have beat them too. Like, but
I agree. But I also said we both agreed that Bo Nix ain't one to sleep on. Like I feel like he has
no,
a
no,
lot
he's
of
not.
potential to
I
be
like him.
consistent.
I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's gonna. I liked him last year when he came out. I was like,
I
oh,
did
this
too,
guy's gonna. I
actually.
was like, this guy's gonna be good. Like
He's like a super duper senior. Like he's a
little
young old head.
little
The
dopey,
oldest looking young boy.
dopey looking.
He
Like
is a dopey looking dude that looks 54 but playing 24. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
he's a super senior. Um,
yeah.
but let's just be honest. They're underachieving. They're obviously the mentality and the motivation is gone. They're becoming I don't want to totally agree to 2023, even though that's become a constant excuse. But they're
Yeah,
dangerously getting back to that because if they don't want to change anything, and the fact that I saw the little clip from Sirianni's presser today saying like we can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So the fact that he even said that, I was like, thank you, Jesus, because
definition of insanity.
a definition of insanity. And speaking of insanity, just pivot. Whoever the fans that are throwing stuff at Batulo's house,
They got
go
to
to
stop,
hell. Go to hell. Like you're not even fans. Like you're just pieces of crap that just want to get some notification. Like don't do
man.
that.
That doesn't solve anything.
It doesn't solve anything. You don't take stuff off the field when you are not playing and you're just a fan who's probably worried about a stupid parlay you busted. Like,
Hmm.
don't do that crap. Like, that's not a fan thing. That's not an Eagles Nation thing. Don't claim those as fans. Those are just losers who know where most of these people live and just took it to the streets and start throwing stones. Don't do that shit. Okay, grow up. Um, but also too, I think what makes me nervous about the Chargers game is only because not only do I love Herbert's arm, I just feel like he also has a tendency to play lights out at any given moment. And knowing that Adoree is getting wiped and,
Just if he even plays this week. I mean,
if he even plays. But my point is, I'm not confident about our DB situation again. Cooper got schooled a couple times between these two games, and Reed
because
got hurt. But
he doesn't belong on the outside. That's why.
right, so we have issues still. We still got issues. Okay, if there's one thing about CJ, I'm happy he's on the Bears, but his team was clean. Like that, everything the Bears executed was flawless. I'm sorry, they looked clean. Manung guy, I got mad respect for 25 now because that dude was running his routes like I just wanted them to watch him like and just be like, don't look this bad ever again. Because the Bears shouldn't come up here and be number one in the NFC after y'all
Hmm.
are the Super Bowl repeating champs. So it's like
Yeah.
you ain't gonna get to the Super Bowl letting somebody play you like that on your home turf. I'm sorry,
Nah,
especially not the Bears.
come on, better
So
wait. Gotta wake up. Time to wake up because you run out of time.
yeah,
You're running out of time.
I don't
Right.
think there's any excuse for this team to be this bad, but it can get worse. I mean, like I said, but if they don't want the comparisons to 2023, something they got to either let Jalen Hurts out of the straitjacket again, or they got to
Hmm.
decide that some plays do not need to be in the playbook. Just they're not working.
Exactly.
There's just some
Did you?
stuff they gotta compromise, even if it makes
Yeah.
everybody uncomfortable. Some
Yeah.
obviously some wide receivers don't like their new roles. Let them loose. They
Hmm.
don't like the roles, let them loose. Somebody's going to have to get schooled between the Chargers and the Raiders. Please let it be both.
You can tell that AJ looks better. His injury, I think his injury is not as bad anymore because you can tell
Mm-mm.
the way
No.
he was moving. Like he was
Yeah.
actually, he looked his routes were better. I was like, okay, so maybe he actually got his legs back now.
Well, once he got the
Yeah,
garbage TD more than once, I said, yeah, AJ's back. So maybe that's the confidence that Jalen needed. But
yeah, but I want to
at the
see
same
like
time,
somebody. Did you hear what somebody? I heard so many things people were saying that they should bring in not 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 bring him in as the OC, but bring him in uh as
consultant.
a consultant, Drabel, because Drabel is actually, even though I don't like Drabel, but Drabel is a good offensive.
Oh,
Is
Brian Dable.
Dable, yeah, is a good offensive coach. Dable is a good offensive coach, not a good coach, not a good head coach, but he's a good OC.
There's been rumors about him possibly looking at the Penn State job, though, too. Which I
Yeah,
hope they just let that black man ride because Terry has been doing well with this team since
yeah, they've been doing all right,
fired.
and then
But God forbid they give it to a brother, but please, that'd be nice. But
yeah, I
there's
wouldn't
also been
mind
rumors
seeing
about
that.
Doug Peterson, and there's been rumors now that Frank Reich is no longer at Stanford. Maybe he should come back.
Yeah,
But
shit. I would love to see Dougie P come back.
WP would
And
just be hilarious because there'd be mad trick plays like that don't make
oh
no
well,
sense.
he ain't afraid to change. Well, like
No, he's not.
Nick Foles said, there's an art to being a play caller,
Yeah, there is.
and he said, and obviously that Kevin Tulo doesn't have it yet. He
No, I think
doesn't. Like
he's stuck in the cerebral part of what a play
yeah,
caller is supposed to be,
he doesn't have it yet. He's
but he
not.
doesn't
He's
have the
not.
personality of knowing how
Yeah,
to adjust. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
And Nick
He's
Foles
like
was a common name too, which I'm like, that's not going to happen. But that'd be funny if Nick came in and was an advisor, as a former Super Bowl MVP advisor.
yeah. I mean, somebody even joked around was like, "Yo, Chip Kelly." I was like,
Yeah, because now that the Raiders fired him.
Chip
But I was
Kelly,
like,
Chip Kelly's home. I mean, he don't have a job right now. I mean,
first of all, let that dude come back and actually try to make these dudes run it like they did when Vic was here. They will have a heart
yo,
attack.
if wouldn't it be hilarious? What if he did come here and the offense turned like was crazy?
Would turn into what it was from Vic for but everybody be winded by like fourth quarter, like because
Yeah,
he ran everybody
because he
down.
ran that fast ass.
Yeah, like they are having problems now. Can you imagine Landon trying to run real quick every
Everybody,
time Jalen's gone? Like
oh
then Lane
god,
come back, he'd be like, God dang it, when did y'all start doing this?
yeah, right.
Yeah, no, I don't want Chip Kelly
Yeah,
back.
but no,
I'm
I don't
good.
want Chip Kelly either.
No, you don't have enough young guns. There's still a mixture
Yeah.
of old heads, and it's
but
just
I
not
would,
going to work.
but I would love to see somebody. Like there's a big joke going around. They're talking about, can they just fire Kellen Moore now so we can just bring him back?
Here's my thing, but do you think that was a big difference even with Kellen Moore? Like, I personally don't think he really did anything different either. But I mean, it could be just me.
Um,
He'd have to want to come back, first of all, because it'd be really hard to admit, like, I tried and come back after you became a
well,
coach.
Kellen Moore is 2-9 with the Saints, and the freaking hilarious thing is like, I forgot. Do you know how many times I actually forgot the Saints existed? To be honest with you,
Yeah, no one cares. No one
like, and
cares
I
about
hate
that
to say
team.
it, and I felt so bad saying that was like. damn, I forgot all about the Saints because
I
you never
mean,
hear their names. Like,
no, it's no different from the NBA. Nobody's talking about the Pelicans. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
yeah,
one of those things. It's like it's an obscure team that almost like you're like, can you just sell them? Like, what? Why are they still playing? So yeah, it's
yeah,
horrible. But I'm good with somebody who comes in and can actually give Nick something to work with. I mean, if it's
yeah.
possible. But they would have to be
Hey,
probably labeled as an
hey,
advisor or consultant because they're not going to just
I want
hand
an
them
old
over.
guy who's not gonna go anywhere after a year.
Yeah, you definitely want somebody to stay and make it work. But
I want to
hard.
see what happens with I want to see what happens with Jalen's development when he works with the coordinator more than 1 year.
God
I
forbid.
want to see that.
God forbid. It's no different from like I told you how that dude that changed Carson Wentz for that 1 year, his whole footwork changed. Now he looks back to being
Mhm.
sloppy as hell and he's injured again. So with that
Yeah,
guy,
well,
he locked Wentz down before he got like
well,
his
he helped.
body
Yeah,
was
I mean,
better.
he helped him
He
get a
helped
job
him.
again. So I mean,
So maybe bring him back.
he
And I
was.
forgot his name. I think he's in the UFL now. That
Yeah,
QB coach. Yeah. So I'm like, if he wants to come back, I'd rather him because he was all about discipline. That's what they're lacking
yeah.
right now is discipline and focus. So Jalen's not helping that. He's in his own brain. But look, anybody who wants to come back at this point this late in the game, bring
Somebody
them on.
said he need to talk to his wife. He need to talk to his wife like, "Yo, you tell your boy to come back the way he was before you got married."
She's gonna be like, I ain't got nothing to do with it. He don't talk about that crap once he enters the door. Jalen knows how to compartmentalize everything. He's probably like, when I get to the
No,
door,
yeah,
it's
sure.
no football.
I was like, "Well, you need to tell him he needs to get back to his form
Yeah.
year before."
I just want to
Like,
tell Nick Sirianni, let him out the straitjacket. Whatever you felt like you had to zip up, unzip it now because it's
yeah,
just
let him
we
put.
need help.
We know what he's capable of. Let him put the team on his shoulders.
Just let him
Just
rock.
let him
Let
do
him
it.
rock. Let him rock.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna go. We're also gonna shout out to the Sixers because even though they lost in double OT, I was actually impressed that they came back in double OT, but it wasn't enough, even with Embiid back and Paul George.
Yeah, I mean,
But
but the thing is, some
DJ
other
was
people
back
hurt
too.
too. Like DJ was
Yeah,
hurt, still
yeah.
injured. He's on a minute restriction, so I mean,
And Maxi's still killing it as usual, but he can't do that shit by himself as
I,
usual. So
I mean, Maxi had to play like 50 something minutes. Like it was
right,
wild.
it's wild.
Like
But
yeah.
again, no team is an island. Everybody's got to pitch in. But all right, I
Hmm.
think we've got most of it out, Ed. This code edition. We will hopefully have some good news by next Monday's game, but I'm glad we have a nice little break because,
Going on a binge if they lose on Monday night. No, I was kidding. I'm
yeah,
joking. Um,
no, I mean, we're going to hate watch together, but let's just pray we don't see the same repeat as this past two games have been. But all right,
sad.
till next Code Edition, your girl AJ, the Suburban Princess.
Eddie B.
We will be back as soon as these Eagles get their asses in gear. And until then,
Let's get a victory.
let's
They
get a
haven't lost three in a
victory.
row in a long time. I've never seen it happen in a long time, and I don't want to see it this week. So come
Shout
on.
out to the Flyers. Follow what the Flyers are doing. Maybe that's what we need.
Oh, the
Maybe Nick
Flyers are
Foles
killing
does
it
need to
right
come
now.
back because Tockett's helping them. Maybe we do need Nick Foles. Bring back BDN. All right, we'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
Peace. Bye.